Welcome to Brawl till we fall. My name is Teo, aka Tony Ant-Man Oso. We're gonna be here all throughout the day. Most of our posts are gonna be on Facebook, on our Facebook group. It's not gonna be on YouTube. Of course, it's a lot of editing. But at the end of the day, you're gonna see a lot of highlights. I'm going to show you some highlights of what happened and took place during this WrestleMania 40 weekend. So we got the press conference. I'm going to show you clips from that. I'm going to show you some clips from SmackDown. Can't do video, of course, but SmackDown, and I'm going to be showing you just some different highlights of the inductee ceremony. 2024 class of 2024 inductees that's in the Hall of Fame right now. I'm going to talk about that. So let's get started with SmackDown. SmackDown was an awesome show to kick off WrestleMania weekend. As they do, all the shows that they do before this leads up to WrestleMania and what's going to happen. So Monday on Raw, and in fact, I should say this. On my show that I just did Thursday, I spoke about how you see the bad guy and the good guy, and it leads up. And Cody got himself beat down a couple of times back to back, which leaves us to not be able to speculate what's going to actually happen at WrestleMania. Well, on SmackDown, I mean to jump the gun, but I'm just going to talk about it because this is the main event of WrestleMania. So what happened is, at the end of the show on SmackDown, where it was Jey Uso versus his brother Solo, and they tried to take Jey out, and Jimmy came in there, and it was a big rumble, whatever, and next thing you know, out comes Cody and Seth, and they helped Jey actually beat down Solo and Jimmy. Well, Solo escaped the beatdown. Jimmy took the blunt of it. And they took off the belt and they gave them a whooping. Now The Rock, who was in the building, along with the tribal chief was in the building, did not come and make the save, which I was in the audience and we weren't pleased with that. But it just goes to show you that, and just looking at it from another perspective, that The Rock and Roman Reigns, they say family, and we are the one, when it's really about them. It's not really about the family. So at the end of the day, I don't know how this is going to turn out, the bloodline, but to no avail. We will find out at WrestleMania. Like I said, I'm not making any predictions on that match because it's unpredictable. And with Cody and Seth getting their beatdowns for the last couple of weeks, well, mostly Cody, and then to beat them down to get their revenge, basically, makes you think, like I said, you don't know what's going to happen. So it leaves a lot of speculation, leaves a lot of intrigue, and just not knowing, or leave us in the dark, basically, so that we can try to figure it out. But we're not. I know I'm not. Later on today, I'm going to have my brothers on, and we're going to do a show where we do every year, but this time I'm going to be able to put it on here on my Brawl Till We Fall channel, and let people see what their predictions are going into WrestleMania night 1, and then we'll do night 2 on Sunday. So night 1 tonight, I'm going to have their predictions. Hopefully I can get it posted and put up. I might not edit it, just put it up, and just because I ain't gonna have time, because I got to go from there to WrestleMania. So with that being said, let's get back into SmackDown. So we started off the show with Kevin Owens, and he did the KO show. I'll show you pictures from that. And Randy Orton came out as his special guest. They were interrupted by none other than the person that they'll be facing at WrestleMania, Paul Logan. So he came on the or should say Logan Paul, my bad. He came on and he um, basically enticed them to come across the street because he was over at the Lincoln Field where WrestleMania would be at. We were all at Wells Fargo. So he enticed them to come across the street. Basically, it was a setup. So he had his boys out there. So he was waiting for them so they can go across the street. And Austin Theory and Grayson Waller was there waiting for them and following them. However, him thinking that he can outsmart two, well, I should say Randy Orton is the veteran, but KO, who's extra smart, they outsmarted him. And they were under the ring waiting, and they caught him finally. And they beat him up, which was great. I loved it. This was a great show because you know me, I am not a fan of Logan Paul. So at the end of the day, they got theirs, which again leads to that, unpredictable because they got him last, which normally means that at WrestleMania, the pay-per-view, that he may win that match. He may escape the two. Maybe they'll start fighting with each other. But I think if that was the case, then it was going to lead up to that big match because KO versus Randy Orton is a big match. Those two dudes ain't no joke. So that would be actually a great face-off for SummerSlam. But who knows what's going to happen? Again, unpredictable. Now, what I want to happen, and I perceive that could happen and should happen, is Logan Paul lose the belt to either Randy or KO. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. That's as far as my prediction for that match goes because, like I said, you have two great superstars in that match. And both of them are similar to each other, which is very interesting to see. Can't wait to see that match. Then we had the Andre the Giant over the top rope battle royal. I think that there was a botch in this match. I don't think that the winner of this match was supposed to be the winner. That's just my opinion. I think that Omos was supposed to win that match. But when he went to throw the two guys he threw over, they threw him over with them. And that's why he was so angry at the end of that match. But to no avail, Bronson Reed won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Got the trophy this year. I ain't going to say he don't deserve it because he did put some people through, they put them through some tests, especially my boy Sami Zayn. He really tested him. So, and he came somewhat close to Gunther and beating him too. So the boy put in some work. So it's not like he don't deserve it. So I'm going to give big ups to my man Bronson Reed. All right. Moving along. All right. So we had the Logan Paul enticing everybody again. But then, he comes in the ring. Well, actually, that's the part where they came in and they surprised him. But backstage, Dragon Lee got jumped. Someone attacked Lee, which pulled him out of the tag team match between Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus Santos Delgado and his son, Rey Mysterio, Dirty Dom. Well, my predictions on that, I think Carlito did it. I think that these different people that are talking about Carlito turning bad may just be the case. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Like I said before, Latinos do stick together, but when it comes to that spotlight, they all like to be in the spotlight. We all like to be in the spotlight. I say they, we, because I'm Latino. So at the end of the day, we love the spotlight. So I wouldn't put it past that Carlito is turning into the bad guy again, especially after the turn of events, because then to step in to replace Dragon Lee is none other than Andrade. He was in the ring, was hanging out with these guys, thinking that they were all good, and then he turned on them and then went to LWO. And this was all during the Zelina Vega and Elektra Lopez match. which Elektra Lopez got the win because of the interference of Dom. But during that match, afterwards, they was, destroying everybody in the LWO, and then all of a sudden, your boy, Andrade just turned on him and changed, went LWO. So now he's going to be teaming with Rey Mysterio, and I think, like I said, if you look at it from another perspective, Carlito might have done it so that he can get that spot, because he wasn't too enthused or happy that Dragon Lee was chosen to team with Rey to go against these guys when he's been feuding with them for so long on behalf of Rey Mysterio. So I kind of see where he would be upset. I would be upset. So just seeing it from that perspective, yes, he might have taken out Dragon Lee to get back on that side to team with Rey Mysterio at the biggest show of all for WWE and wrestling, period. So who wouldn't want to be in that spotlight? So that's what I believe. But anyway, to no avail, like I said, Andrade will be teaming with Rey Mysterio to face Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom at WrestleMania. And we'll see what unfolds there. Now, if you see Carlito come out and smack somebody with a bat, then you know what I'm saying is true. All right, moving along. You had my peoples, my girls, all of them. I love all of them. I'm a Jade Cargill fan to the heart. Been watching her since the other show, and not going to put them all together, but I'm going to tell you right now, these three girls, and I've heard some people in the audience, it was funny. These guys were saying that Damage Control, because they are a well-oiled machine, is going to take out Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. Really? These are the superpowers. These three girls together are superpowers. Ain't nobody in the history of wrestling, female-wise, have much power, speed, and agility as these three ladies. And you think that these little short midgets are going to take them out? I doubt it. So my predictions for this, the superpowers are going to defeat the Damage Control, period. All right, they got in the ring, they had on their cowboy hats and all of that. It was off the chain. I guess they would represent, Beyonce, whatever. But yeah, they look good, and I know they're going to pull it out. So that's my predictions. Like I said, I'm sticking to it. Now, we had Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the New Catch Republic. Funny thing is, with all of these shenanigans that these two guys, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, pull, you cannot beat real talent, real wrestlers. And that's what I say about when I compare WWE to AEW. But WWE does give you the best of both worlds, especially when it comes to New Catch Republic. These guys are wrestlers. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are entertainers. That's why they got beat. Yes, the New Catch Republic beat them, but Judgment Day had to come out and destroy everybody, including Austin Theory. They threw him out and beat him up. They didn't care about him or Waller. They don't want no alliances. They came out to the show, or I should say, to decrease the competition in this 6-man ladder match. This 8-man ladder match. So at the end of the day, they took them out. They took them out. So, with that being what it is, this might, if either of those teams don't make it, that might be where this rumor has it that the Hardy Boys are coming back. Well, I guess we will wait and find out how that turns out. So, back to the main event. Like I said, I basically told you the end of it. I basically skipped the whole story. But Jay offers Sikoa a handshake, and Sikoa ignores it, which is crazy. Brothers, regardless of what happened in the ring, that's still your brother. That's the way I look at it. But going back, like I said, everything that came on leading up to WrestleMania, these guys are ready. Seth freaking Rollins, Cody Rhodes are on the same page. Unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen. But that match ended in a no contest because of, the interrupters of Jimmy Uso, who came in and super kicked his brother Jay. So, with all that being said, that's what took place on SmackDown. Then after that was the inauguration ceremony for the inductees of the class of 2024 that entered into the Hall of Fame. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't stay through the whole thing. I did not. What I will say is the highlight for me after watching it, I did have to watch it so I can give you a full report. The highlight of the evening for me was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He is undoubtedly, to me, the greatest manager of all times. Some would argue, like my brother argues, that Bobby Heenan is the greatest of all time. But no, Paul Heyman is the greatest of all time. Not putting it past all the other inductees, especially Muhammad Ali, who was my greatest, who was my first superhero, and his wife inducted him, and that was great. It's all the inductees, even Bull McConnell. I don't really know who she is, but I see the influence that she has on different wrestlers' lives. You can see the resemblance in her and most of Damage Control. Honestly, if you look at it from that perspective, it looks like they copied her style and what she does. That either you're hard hitting, she had other athletic skills, so you see all of that. The Rock inducted his grandmother, which I thought was awesome. That was great. IRS. Well, I know. I really, honestly, growing up as a kid, I found him boring at times, and he was playing the tax collector. But now, as an older adult, having to pay taxes, I really understand. But anyway, it was a great inductee ceremony. I enjoyed it. But I did want to see how they set things up. There was a lot of old school stars in the audience, and some surprises. Not going to get into that because I'm not trying to spoil it if it turns out the way I think it's going to turn out, especially with the Cody Rhodes match versus the Tribal Chief. So maybe some surprises. So I'm going to leave that to WWE to surprise you. I'm not spoiling that. But that's all I got. Like I said, I'll be back later on today to bring you some more things throughout the day. If you want to check me out, either friend me on Facebook or just ask to join my group. It's an open group, Brawl Till We Fall, and I'll have all my highlights on there, pictures and everything. Me and my brothers are going to be out there acting up. We're going to be at Stand and Deliver right now. We're about to head out that way and do some filming and some stuff out there. Like I said, I don't do too much in the arena because at the end of the day, even though they give more access than they did in Tampa, Florida, they do have stipulations and regulations on that. So I try to stay within the line. So you see some pictures, but you won't see too much more than that. All right, that's all I got. Thank you for joining me for this special edition of Brawl Till We Fall, WrestleMania weekend, and I will see you mañana.
You couldn't have kept me away for any reason. You knew I was going to be here at WrestleMania. 40 years of WrestleMania. Michael Cole's called all of them. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. I love it. Keep that energy going. Enjoy WrestleMania. I can't wait to see you all tomorrow and Sunday. WrestleMania! You can't have WrestleMania in Philadelphia without CM Punk. Oh, yeah. You also can't have WrestleMania without the World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Seth freaking Rollins. Some big events, some big matches, but it don't get no bigger than WrestleMania 40. It is without a doubt going to be the biggest two nights in the history of our industry, the biggest two nights in the history of my career, and it starts tomorrow night when myself and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, take down Roman Reigns and The Rock. And it ends on Sunday when I successfully defend my World Heavyweight Championship.
Some muffins as a peace offering for corporate punk. It's not about us tonight. It's about Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre in the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right, we live at the press conference. We was at the press conference. We just finished. We here, ready to go see SmackDown. It's your boy Tony Ant-Man Oso, aka Teo. Brawl till you fall. Here with my brother Trey. We're gonna be posting some stuff from the press conference that we just finished. So stay tuned for that. Or I might just edit it all and put it all together. But be surprised, you know, like I said, this is one of those weekends. Anything can happen. They have some special guests, they have some things going on, you don't know. But whatever happens, it's going to be a great WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be a spontaneous weekend. Alright, so now the show that we're going to do with my brothers is going to be probably tomorrow at 6. So I'm going to be editing it and then putting it out. So stay tuned for that. And I'm going to be at NXT tomorrow, posting from that. So look forward to a lot of posts, different things that we're doing. All right, and I'm out.
Why you looking at me like you want some trouble? Cause if that is the case, come on and bring it.
Why it seems like you be forever trying to test me. So come with your whole crew, come on and bring it.
Name the place and time, I'll get there on the double. Don't you know that I'll come and bring it?
Let's go mano y mano, I'll punish you for sure. There's no need to talk no more, come on and bring it.
You go get your crew, and I'll get mine too.
Come on.
Ain't nothing but a thing to come and bring it. We're going round,
Gonna break you down. Nothing but a thing to come and bring it.
stop running at the mouth. Show me what you're about. I ain't playing games, come on and bring it.
I'm coming for you now. Ain't no backing down. You played yourself too late. Come and bring it.
This is war, are you